the basics of foam rolling. So you can choose any foam roller you like. It doesn't matter the density. They come in softer or firmer densities. Some have knobbies on the sides. Choose whatever you would like. The basic principle is we want this to be relaxing for the body and for the nervous system. If the foam roll you're using or the area of the body that you're working on is eliciting so much discomfort that your muscles are tightening in response to that pain or that discomfort, or you're not able to breathe normally or holding your breath, we're not going to have the desired response. So the softer the surface you're on is going to have less pressure. So using a foam roll on a carpeted surface is going to be less pressure versus using a foam roll on a hardwood floor. So again, choose what's right for your body, and we're going to go through most of the major muscle groups today. We're going to go through a few different techniques, going lengthwise with the muscle fiber and then perpendicular or cross fiber. So let's start with the calves. So the calf runs from the knee to the ankle. We want to work that entire length of that muscle group. So you can just roll yourself forward and backward. To increase compression, just cross one leg over the side you're working to increase the amount of pressure that you're using on that muscle group. So we're going lengthwise along that muscle group. To go perpendicular or cross fiber, you're just rotating from the hip, internally and externally rotating. Then, to get the hamstrings, same thing. Hamstrings are going from the bottom of the glute to the knee. So you're just rolling up and down that entire muscle group. Again, to increase compression, you can cross one leg over. We're also wanting to get the medial and lateral side of the hamstrings. So you can rotate towards, if I rotate towards the camera, I'm getting more of the lateral side of the hamstring. If I rotate away from the camera, we're getting more of the medial or inner hamstrings. Then let's move on to the front of the legs. So we're going to go for the tibialis anterior first, or the front of the shin. And again, lying down over the foam roll. And you're just rolling the entire shin. Again, cross one leg over to increase the amount of pressure. So moving into the quadriceps, we are going to be going from the top of the femur to the knee, lying over the foam roll, and just working that the entire length of the muscle group. Again, you can cross the other leg over. We're going to be rotating away from the camera to get more of the lateral quadriceps and IT band. Rotating towards the camera to get more of the medial quadriceps. Then we're going to go to the outside of the hip. We're going to be working the piriformis, gluteus medius, hip external rotators. So we're sitting over the foam roll, crossing a leg over, and then we're just working all the way from the top of the pelvis to the greater trochanter, the bump on the outside of the hip. And then if we rotate backwards, closer towards the sacrum or tailbone, we can get more of that muscle group. So making sure that you're rotating forward as you're rolling, and then also rotating the torso back to get the area of the muscle closer to the sacrum. Then we're going to hit the quadratus lumborum, and that muscle goes from the top of the pelvis to the lower ribs. So you're going to be lying over the foam roll and just working that area, going from the lower ribs to the top of the pelvis. You can rotate your torso forward and backwards to get different areas of that muscle group. Let's go to the tensor fascia latae, or the TFL. So that is at the top of the pelvis, right through here. So you're going to be lying on your side. I cross the other leg over, and we're going right at the top of the pelvis. And you're probably going to be rotating your torso forward a little bit to get into that muscle. Then let's go to the lumbar and thoracic extensors. So lying over the foam roll, knees are bent, feet are on the floor, hands cradle the head, and then your pelvis is lifted up off the ground. And you're just rolling all the way to the lumbar spine to the mid-back. So getting into the low back here, and then all the way back up. Now let's move into the lats. So the lats are going from the lumbar and thoracic spine to the humerus. You have this big muscle group on the side here. And you're just going to be rolling the entire side of the torso. You can play with having your palm facing up towards the ceiling and then rotating it down. You're probably going to feel different sensations as you rotate the humerus. Go to the pecs. What you're going to do is lie on your stomach, arm out to the side to work the front of the shoulder and the pec. And what you're doing, you can have your elbow bent, you can have it straight. You're just rotating the torso from up in the armpit out to the front of the shoulder. So it's a relatively small range of motion. You can get into the pecs that way. You can also play with rotating your palm up toward the ceiling or down towards the ground. Last one is the adductor, so the inner thighs. What you're going to do is lie on the ground, leg out to the side, and we're going all the way from the groin to the knee. And so with that, the thigh is about at hip height, so extended about 90 degrees, or bent at 90 degrees from your torso. And then you're just foam rolling all the way from the groin to the knee. So there you have it, the basics of foam rolling most of the major muscle groups of the body. Again, basic principles are we want this to be relaxing. If you aren't able to breathe normally, if your muscles are tensing in response to the discomfort from the foam rolling, find a softer surface to foam roll on or find a softer foam roll. I'd recommend starting with 60 to 90 seconds per muscle group and working up from there. You don't need to spend 30 minutes foam rolling. 10 to 15 minutes is plenty for the entire body. So give this a try, let me know how it goes, and we'll see you next time.